Hello, hello. Today is day 17 of our 21 days for cultivating a connection with your inner spirit. And I've had a lot of requests about like affirmations, do they work or not? And I've talked about this over the years. Let's go from just a strictly EFT tapping standpoint and the brain. So if your brain has a pattern of thinking that's very negative about something and you try to insert an affirmation in there. It can be a spiritual affirmation, it can be anything, but you try and insert this affirmation in there. In EFT, we call them tail enders. It's literally like the brain does not believe it, because you literally cannot go from, say, the pit of despair about something up to like, God's healing power is at work in me now, or anything like that. You can say that, but if the brain gives you a lot of resistance to it, this is where I always say add the word what if. Because the what if is it's a bridging phrase to bridge the brain to more belief. So you could say, what if God's healing power is at work in me now? What if divine life is my true state of being? What if every cell in my body is thrumming with divine life? What if the key to prosperity lies within me? But so the what if eases the brain into belief. Because if you go, the key to prosperity lies within me, and you have a lot of evidence and a lot of momentum that's telling you that's not true at all. Or if you say divine life is my true state of being, and the brain's like, no, it's not. I don't believe that. Or every cell in my body is thrumming with divine life. I'm using this reading for help. The brain, if you notice the brain's like, I don't believe that, I feel resistance to it, that's when what if can be fabulous. What if I am healing despite all this? What if my finances can turn around? What if amazing clients can come to me with ease? What if my business starts to gain traction and starts to take off a little more each day? What if this could actually work out for me? What if in the midst of this challenge, good things will come from this? Because I just find, and then the key is also to tap with that, like what if this could turn around for me? What if my health can be restored? What if my business can really take off? What if in the right time, in the right way, the right clients find me? So the brain loves that, because then it's like, well, it's a what if. It's not definitive, it's a possibility. So you're literally easing the brain into more belief. And I read this and I love this. It's like, what is an affirmation? An affirmation is a declaration of spiritual truth, supporting us in the same way an anchor holds a boat steady in its position on the water. An affirmation is a claim on truth or demand on truth to establish itself in the mind and heart. And then affirmations are often partnered with denials, described in the following section. As a practice on first clearing away or releasing false belief, the beauty of tapping, enter tapping, and then affirming a statement of our divine nature. Together, they are a valuable and rewarding tool. And this comes from a Unity printout, Nurture Your Divine Spirit. And I love it, because I had never read that before. I was like, that's it. It's basically telling you the practice of first clearing away or releasing a false belief and then affirm a statement of our divine nature. Together, they are a valuable and rewarding tool. That is why when you go, what if this could work out for me? And then to really tap on, like, I don't believe it's going to work out for me. Like the one that's gotten a lot of play, I don't trust God. To learn to go, I just don't trust God right now. I just don't trust spirit. I don't. That's my truth. I don't. I can't make myself trust something I don't trust. Because when you honor that, when you bring that out in the open, and not for people to go, oh, God is love and all that. That doesn't work when the brain's like, I don't trust. I don't. That's why I love the combination of tapping with this and tapping and the what if statements, because it's really helped me and continues to help me have a richer and deeper connection to the Great Spirit, God, the universe, Fred Flintstone, the dinosaurs, whatever you want to call it. And again, I am not here to tell anyone how to believe or what to believe. But if you use that and to honor, like, this is where I'm at right now, I just don't trust, or affirmations don't work for me. And of course they don't. Because if you have a lot of momentum of thought it's called the negative direction, an affirmation's actually going to create more resistance. And I've said this about vision boards. For me personally, I've said this so many times, one of the best days of my life was when I ripped up my vision board. Because what I realized is every time I looked at it, it was just this reminder to me that I was not able to create the things that I wanted. And it was because I realized my ego was still in charge there. It was still like, well, I'm just going to keep saying these things that it'll work for me. It didn't. So now I love this, how affirmations work. An effective affirmation is not wishful or magical thinking, which I do find is often in the New Age world. And it's just what I've noticed. It's like, just, think happy thoughts and everything's going to work out. I personally, and I've worked with many people, I haven't seen that happen. Because when you're going to, like, let's call it toxic positivity before the brain's ready, it just creates more resistance. And you're never going to believe it. So it's like, what if, maybe kind of sort of someday, I could see this differently? What if, maybe kind of sort of someday, I could find a spiritual God, universe, whatever, that I could believe in? What if I'll find my own way with this? What if it's totally okay that right now I don't trust and I don't believe? Because what you're doing is you're releasing resistance. You're no longer making yourself wrong for like not believing. It's to honor your truth. And I just find this all the time. It's amazing to me how well it works. Thus, like rant tapping, to allow yourself your truth. But the caveat is to tap when you're speaking your truth, because that's what's going to change the neural pathways. That's what's going to calm the nervous system. And that's what's going to help you to start to believe affirmations. And again, the what if I could believe this? What if it's okay that I don't believe it right now, but I could eventually? That's changed my life. And I always say you can't stop your thoughts, but you can interrupt them. So it's not wishful or magical thinking. This is important. It is not a prediction of how things will turn out, which I see that a lot with affirmations or in the New Age or with spiritual bypass. It's a prediction of what's going to happen. Rather, it is a statement of what is true here and now. Affirmations remind us of the spiritual principles behind life's events, like the sun shining behind the clouds. And this blows my mind because this is the first time I've read this was this morning. I was like, I use that analogy all the time. Our true self, our authentic self, it's always there. It's like the sun. And sometimes clouds come in and cover over our true self, so we don't have conscious access to that part of us. But then when we tap and release the resistance, then all of a sudden an opening is made so that the authentic self, the true self, can start to come through. And it's like, the tapping helps remove the clouds, helps the clouds to drift away. Sometimes the clouds will drift back in, but then you can tap and they go back out. This isn't the model of perfection. We're going to be doing this the rest of our lives, however long we have left on this planet. I was so meant to find this morning. As an example, might be about money. We don't affirm we'll be rich someday. Instead, we affirm what is true now and always. And The key to prosperity lies within me. Like, what if the key to prosperity does actually lie within me, even if I don't believe that right now? And I claim and affirm there is plenty of time and money, plenty of possibilities for me to thrive. What if I can claim, what if I could believe and affirm eventually that there is plenty of time? What if I could believe there's plenty of time? What if I could start to believe there's plenty of money? What if I could believe there's plenty of possibilities for me to thrive? And I'm going to do that last two. I open my mind to abundance. I open my heart to appreciation. So, and even if that's like, that's too much, like, what if I can begin to open my mind to abundance, true abundance? What if I can be shown a different way to see abundance? And what if I can open my heart in appreciation for what's here right now, whatever that is? And then I cultivate a plenty consciousness. And the brain might be like, no, I don't. It's not even close. Go, what if eventually, or what if maybe, kind of, sort of, someday, I can learn to cultivate a plenty consciousness? It's just, it lands so much better for us. So affirmations state the truth of the good that is always ours. But if the brain's not believing it yet, it's like, well, what if I could believe this someday? So let's tap. Even though I've worked with affirmations, they haven't always worked for me. Maybe never. I choose to acknowledge I feel this way now. Even though I've tried affirmations, and actually I've ended up feeling worse about myself, I don't think that's what they're for. I choose to honor my experience now. Even though I want to believe affirmations, I want to. I just don't right now. And what if that's totally okay? And what if I can see this differently and get to a different place with this over time? Go to the eyebrow. Affirmations haven't really worked for me. I mean, sometimes they might. But if my brain doesn't believe them, what if I'm just missing a step here? What if I could ease my brain into believing affirmations? What if I can inch by inch get there? What if statements can help with affirmations? What if I can start to find ways to feel abundant right now? What if I can start to see a new way to experience abundance, even if nothing else in my life has changed yet? What if I can actually assist my brain into believing things can really work out for me, even if I don't believe that right now? And what if the more I start to make it okay that I just don't believe affirmations right now, what if that softens resistance? And what if I can find a whole new way to do affirmations that help me to cultivate a connection with my inner spirit over time? what if I can start to see this differently? What if eventually affirmations land for me? Because the first step is to deal with the resistance I have, to help clear my consciousness of negative thought patterns, long programmed beliefs. And what if by taking that first step and meeting myself where I'm at, it starts to change things for me for the better? And what if that makes all the difference over time? So what if I'm getting there, even just a little bit every day? What if I can honor where I'm at right now, tap through my limiting beliefs, and what if I start to notice naturally some affirmations really start to land for me? And what if, out of no how and no way, a way can be made for me to attend to my limiting beliefs and shift my thoughts around this, which opens the possibility for affirmations to start to land for me? What if that could be possible? Even just a little bit now. And then take a breath. Yeah, it's so funny when I saw that, I was like, oh my God, this is so perfect what's being said here. They even use the same analogy I've always used, the clouds and the sun. So again, use what if statements instead to be like, well, what if I could eventually believe this? What if my health could turn around? What if my finances could turn around? Even if I don't see a way right now, what if that could change anyway? What if over time I start to feel less negative about this? What if the first step is I start to release those limiting beliefs? And what if over time I start to notice positive thoughts actually start to land for me without me having to try to make them land? And just try that and see how it goes for you. So I hope you found this helpful, and we'll see you back here tomorrow for day 17. Bye for now.